video that I'm about to make. I've been debating about whether to make it or not. Um, talk a lot about other sin, uh, and today I'm talking about my own. I have struggled with pornography most of my life since I was an early teenager and found the boxes of Hustlers in penthouses in my dad's closet. And I'm a Christian. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. I struggle with lust just like the next guy. And I am single and I have severe social anxiety, and that doesn't make an excuse, but it does make an explanation. When you can't feast at the banquet table of a loving marriage, a loving relationship, you eat from the garbage. And the thing is, I don't. Sexuality isn't a sin in of itself, but porn is exploitative. Particularly the porn you find on the internet, on Pornhub, Thumbzilla, YouPorn, etc. And I watched a documentary, Beyond Fantasy, Episode 1, Barely Legal, on YouTube by Magic Lantern Pictures. And I felt guilty. And I should have, because the porn that I did use was of the barely legal variety. And I know why. Because when I was a teen, I could never get the popular girl. I could never even ask a girl out. And when I did, I was turned on without mercy. And I was using it both to act out adolescent fantasies as well as a comfort and a drug. I mean, I don't do drugs, I don't drink alcohol, but I self-medicated with porn. And particularly this variety, and it kind of, yes, they're 18, but they're made to look like they're 13, 14, 15. And I am glad to say that I haven't gone onto one of those websites, Pornhub, Thumbzilla, in over 100 days. My best friend got sick and almost died, and I made a promise that if he pulled through, I would no longer go to those websites. That doesn't mean that I still don't fall, and I still succumb to erotica and masturbation. I read sites, I read stories, and I know that conservatives are going to lambaste me for it, but if I there is ethical porn sites, and they use that few and far between, that basically pay the women what they're worth and don't have topics such as step porn or barely legal porn or exploitative porn. Yes, or adultery porn. I will never watch adultery porn. I don't understand adultery. I don't understand how someone who is in a loving relationship could betray that with someone else. I will never understand that. I mean, I'm single. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. But if I did, I would cherish her. I wouldn't throw it away on some cheap, tawdry thing. So, and the thing is, I'm also limiting my use. And so if any of you are struggling with this, Hindsight is a great app because it shows you how many times you do a certain thing and how many days you haven't. I mean, at my height, I would use maybe 14 times a week. I'm now down to 5. And I hope to be down to 4. And then 3, and then 2, and then 1, and then none. The thing is, what really pisses me off about this is it's free. When I was using these sites, I didn't pay a dime. And that's what's so. At least with cocaine, you have to pay for it. And I mean, they get you. I don't understand the business model. I believe these sites are evil, and particularly because kids get hooked on them at a young age, it warps their vision of sexuality. I mean, I don't believe we should ban all porn. One, I believe it'll criminalize it. And by criminalizing it, you will basically put it underground. Criminals will get involved, and women will be hurt and killed. Like anything, regulate it. And again, conservatives are probably watching this and see, how can this guy talk that he's a Christian because of these views? But these sites with no redeeming virtues at all, these sites that lure kids in, what you should do is make it that anyone who wants to see a video has to pay. Maybe 5 cents a video on a credit card. That way, if you're a teen and you use mom or dad's credit card, it will be seen. And they'll have a talking to. Again, I'm not perfect. Where I am is not where I want to be at. Where I want to eventually be at is hopefully in a loving married relationship where you can express your sexuality in a safe way. Because when it comes to sexuality, there are the 3 R's. There's release, doing whatever you feel like. No matter the consequences, no matter if you're exploiting another person, no matter, just release your sexuality. The other is repressed. And the problem is when you do that, and that's what the conservatives do, you have things like Jerry Falwell scandal. You have things like Swaggart. You have things like Ted Haggard. Resolve your sexuality. Resolve that you are a sexual being. And try to utilize that in as least a harmful way as possible. I hope this has helped. Again, I'm not perfect. And the thing is, for those of my brothers who are struggling with this, the devil wants you to quit completely. If you can quit completely, stay celibate until marriage, all the power for you, God bless you. But the thing is, when you are fighting this addiction, Satan is all or nothing. Because if you are stumble, Satan will get that and say you'll never be better. Satan will tell you that you will never be better, that you are a sinner, that God doesn't want to be with you. And then you're on your own and you are a slave to this sin. I fall for that. And the thing is, God knows that I'm trying. And with him, I am getting better. I'm better than I was earlier this summer, and I hope next summer to be better than I am now. That is what being a Christian is. It is growing in Christ. But, that being said, when it comes to other people's sexuality, I can't judge. Because I am not pure in that score. I mean, sometimes I do talk about Jerry Falwell, Haggard, these type of scandals, but that's because of hypocrisy. If you are struggling with sexual sin, you can't attack others for sexual sin. You have to heal yourself. And let God heal yourself before you can heal others on that score. This is a long video. I don't know if you watched it, but I needed to say this and make this video. And I hope to make a video in 6 months that says how much progress I've made. God bless.